This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I just want to point out that me and Ryan did an interview about 2 days ago. I've accidentally deleted it.
Did you accidentally do it, or just not worthy no more?
Just wanted to spend more time with you. That's what it was.
Yeah, I thought so.
I thought this was a great excuse to do it. How are you, Ryan?
Yeah, good. Coping. Crazy the situation everybody's in, but again, we're all in the same situation, so we've just got to get on with it the best we can and hope that it's going to turn around very, very soon. It's looking positive, though. It's looking positive.
It's looking slightly more positive. I think
Yeah.
We'll obviously know a little bit more next week regarding the lockdown, etc. So, yeah, fingers crossed, and we can all come out of this as safe as possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, Ryan, you're involved with something very exciting at the moment, something that the whole boxing industry, or the majority of the boxing industry, is crying out for, which is a new boxing computer game.
Yeah, I had how it started was earlier this year, beginning of this year. I had a meeting with the director of Steel City Interactive, Ash, and he told me. So in the meeting, he said that they've been producing the start of this game last year. So they've been working on this game close to a year, a boxing game. And we had another meeting around the time when Kell Brook fought at the arena. And it was funny that there was a few interviews flying about. Eddie Hearn was doing a few interviews regarding doing a boxing game with EA Sport. And me and Ash called each other and he says, wow, what, just crazy that all of a sudden, Ash has been spending a year on this game, this computer boxing game. Now Eddie Hearn's talking about it. And basically we just wanted to thank him for opening the doors and opening the social media world to people saying that, yeah, right, there isn't a boxing game out there. We want one, and it's on its way. It's on its way, and it's looking special.
We saw a little snippet of what it could potentially look like on social media recently that you posted. So how far off is that version to what will be the Finnish version, or was that just a small percentage of what it could be?
So what we released last week was just basically the quality of it, the skin type, how the fighters look, the quality of the fighters, what they're going to look like in the game. That it wasn't to do with the fighting in the game or anything like that. That's all to come. That's all in the future. But that was just a little bit of a snippet of the how detailed the fighters were. They got a little bit of beard and the muscles and the veins in their arms. It was just something to put out there to say, this is how good and quality this game is going to be. So, and it just went really, really mental that we got loads of comments, loads of feedback saying that, yeah, brilliant. It's what we all need, and we can't wait for the game to be released. We are looking probably at the end of this year, November, December time, to release the game, and we've got loads more to share with everybody. And it's going to be in stages by stages, releasing different clips on what the game's going to be like, and the quality of the fighters and how the fighting is in the game.
We haven't had a proper boxing game since the EA Sports game Fight Night, so that seems to be the benchmark of quality. So how far is your game going to be away from that?
So EA Sport produced their last boxing game, if I'm not wrong, probably about 7-8 years ago or something like that, and that has been the best game out there for many, many years. Our aim is to reach that standard and to go past that standard. That's what it's all about. If you're going to do anything in life, you want to be the best or be the best at what you're doing. So the benchmark is EA Sport. but it's not our benchmark. We want to excel that and go past that and make this game even better. But I think with the technology nowadays, what we've got, we can do that, because everything gets better, everything excels, and everything is working to the future, and that's what we're doing. We're bringing the so realistic as possible, and that's what we want this game to be like.
Right, that's a pretty big call. EA Sports have obviously been in the industry for many years, and they produce some of the best fight simulation games that there's ever been. Obviously, we'll come on to the UFC in a minute, but that's a pretty big call to say that, you want it to kind of match that or even better it.
But it's how technology is nowadays. Like I said, that game was probably about 7-8 years ago. So the technology nowadays, 7-8 years on, has got so much better. The guys at Steel City Interactive, Ash and his guys, are working with quality technicians and quality gamers, which they can produce nowadays technology and get that game to where we need it to be. And that's what we're striving to do. The public and the boxing people have asked, and we're going to deliver that. And I really do believe that it's going to be an exciting few months as we start releasing the videos and releasing more promo videos on how good the game is going to be.
What is your understanding of the situation regarding fight games and also the UFC in regards to EA Sports? Because I was told, how accurate this is, that EA Sports couldn't commit themselves to a boxing game while they're in contract with the UFC.
Well, I think Eddie Hearn's made that clear, that EA Sport aren't really that bothered about doing a boxing game. And I believe, and what I've been told, is they can't really do anything because of the UFC. If I'm honest, I think they'll carry on with the UFC. UFC's got a big demand at minute. It's a popular sport at minute, which leaves the door wide open to bring a boxing game out. So it's really done us a favour. Eddie did say that he'd been talking to EA Sport about doing a boxing game. They don't seem interested. We're an independent game. Anybody can get involved in our game. So the door is wide open for many fighters, many trainers, many promoters to get involved in this game, what we're producing.
Eddie Hearn put a tweet out the other day regarding a boxing game, and it really kind of blew up, and you saw the response of how many people out there that love boxing would love to see a game. So could we be in a possibility that we haven't had one and we end up with two? Because obviously Eddie Hearn is possibly working on something, whether with EA Sports or whoever, to kind of bring something out. So are you
maybe so?
To do with that?
Maybe so, but the thing is with that is he's starting from scratch. So he can't bring a game out in 6 months or a year time. It takes a lot longer. These guys was working the beginning of last year. So by the time this game comes out, it's going to be 2 years in production. So this is how long it takes to bring a quality game out. You can't just do it within weeks. And, so to us, there's nothing in the pipeline, or there's nothing that Eddie's involved in anything, because he said he's contacted EA Sport. They're not bothered. He's willing to speak to others from now. So from now, it's going to take at least 18 months to 2 years to bring a game out. We've already been working behind the scenes for over a year, close to 18 months. And by the time it comes out, it's going to be 2 years. And that's how long it takes minimum to bring a quality game out.
So the question everyone will want to know is, if you're looking to bring this out towards the back end of this year, November, December, what are the initial platforms that it will be released on?
So this is what I've been told. So we will be bringing it out on PC first. I believe it's slightly easier to bring it out on PC first. Then once it's out on PC, within as quick as possible, it's going to be on all the other consoles as So November time, PC, within as quick as time as possible. Then it's going to be on all the other consoles. So expect it on all different platforms.
Okay, so when you say PC, does that involve the possibility of it being on a MacBook?
I believe, I'm not sure. That's pretty much over my head there, whether it's going to be. But PC, I've been told, and very soon after, it's going to be on all the others.
When you say very soon, are you talking weeks, months?
I'd like to say weeks. I'd like to say weeks, but the last conversation I had with Ash and the guys was basically it's easier to bring out on PC first, so it gets seen on PC. Make sure everything is correct. All the quality of the game is fine on the PC. Then it gets taken to the other consoles.
So let's come on to the fighters that will be featured within this game. Obviously, we've spoke on the phone about this. So is this something that's going to be British-based or not necessarily?
Well, I'll be honest, the last probably 2 weeks has just opened the doors in the States with fighters in the States wanting to get involved. And when I tell you this is not a lie. We're talking to fighters in the States, like pound for pound fighters. This is how much it's got out there, and it's crazy that these fighters' agents are contacting us. They've seen the game and it's reached out that far that the agents of the fighters are contacting us. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I don't want to tell you too much who's involved in the game, but what I can tell you is involved in the game at the minute. We've got UK-based, which is Ricky Hatton, Frank Bruno, boxing legends, UK boxing legends. We've even got Cutsmen. We've got Jamie Sheldon, Jumbo's on board, trainers. We've got world-class trainers, world championship training fighters, which is Dave Caldwell and Ben Davison. So we've got people like that on board. We've got the MC, the great MC, Craig Stevens on board as an MC. So we've got Cutsmen, we've got fighters, we've got trainers, we've got a variety of big names on board, and that's just to name a few. We had a conference call this morning with the guys, with Ash and not forgetting Dean Sheriff. I mean, when I first had the conversation with Ash and he said, do you know any brands, getting any brands involved? Well, I thought of Dean straight away. Obviously, Empire Pro Tape, who's obviously their tape is probably in 90% of boxing gyms up and down the country. And he's opened the floodgates to contact so many quality fighters, to get them fighters on board. Dean's been a great signing for the game. He's a great guy. So, like I say, I mean, we've gone from Cutsman to trainers to boxers. The MC, the MC in the game is going to be Paul Dempsey, who obviously used to work for Sky. Johnny Nelson, obviously Sky commentator now. So it's great times.
What interviewers have you got involved?
Well, question is, do you know any good ones, KUGAN? That's really the question. I'm just putting it out there. Do you know anybody?
Fuck you, Ryan. Fuck you.
I'm joking. Listen, the door's open, KUGAN, for... Listen, who wouldn't want IFL involved in this game? You know, you KUGAN, you speak for yourself and you do fantastic things, and who wouldn't want someone like AFL involved in the game?
All right, well, like I said, I'll throw my name in the hat because I'd like to see myself there with the old mic.
I could see you with a mic, actually, yeah.
Yeah. Ryan, pricing-wise, any indication of how much this will cost?
Before, when we first had a meeting about this game, we were looking at anything between £20 and £25. We spoke beginning of this year and said, look, my job is to try and get fighters, as many names on board as possible. you know, we're looking at like a 35-pound game now with the quality of the names we've got involved that can push this game to the next level. And like I was talking to you about, it's gone as far as the States now that American fighters now are getting in touch. Yes, we have contacted a few American fighters and they're very, very interested. Agents of big names in America are now contacting us. So this game can be anything between, depending who we have now, anything between 35 and 40 pound a game. But listen, this can go even bigger. This can go even bigger once it gets even further afield and more and more fighters, bigger names and more well-known names see this game and want to get involved. It's going to be amazing, mate.
Are you in the game?
I am, yes.
Is Canelo in the game?
Why?
Well, I'm just saying you could avenge your defeat to Canelo on a computer.
Well, wouldn't it be great if Canelo? He's not in the game at the minute. He's not in the game, but it'd be great to try and avenge my defeat against Canelo. Yes, it would, but he's not in the game.
Use like a similar image, change his name a little bit. You'll be on there at 1 o'clock in the morning, wouldn't you?
Trying to beat him. Yeah, crazy.
It's exciting anyway. Like I said, it's something that is constantly talked about, and obviously Hearn brought it to attention, as in the interest levels we saw from his tweet. So
yeah,
there's definitely a demand for it. So I'm assuming over the next few weeks, we're going to kind of, as you said earlier in this interview, we're going to see more of the detailed graphics and images and etc. That will potentially be in the final cut of this.
Yeah, that's it. It's all about stages and releasing it in different stages rather than just putting it out there straight away. There's no point in doing that. You might as well keep putting bits out and teasing everybody and making everybody talking about it. Because as long as, that's what it's all about, talking about a boxing game, and it's everybody's talking about it now. I mean, the amount of internet sites what picked the video up and put it on their platform was fantastic, and it really pushed it out there. And I think that's why we've been contacted by agents in America, that it did reach out that far.
I think people do have to understand that what you're putting out are literally tasters of what it's going to be.
Tasters. Yeah,
I think people look at it and they kind of visualize the final image of what it's going to be, and it's never ever the case with any company that does this. So what's the game going to be called, Ryan? So
it's Esports Boxing Club. It's going to be called Esport Boxing Club.
Okay,
that's the name of the game. And the guys at Steel City, they're doing a fantastic job. It's just obviously this lockdown's put quite a few stumbling blocks in our ways. Because they can't get to their office, they can't do certain things that they wanted. So it is putting a little bit of a stumbling block, but we're going to overcome this. And as soon as that lockdown's finished, it's just going to be full steam ahead, creating better, getting more names on board, and making like you said to me before, it's a big statement, trying to compete against a multi-million-pound company, EA Sport. But that's our target. That's our target, KUGAN, to get better than to produce it better than what they have.
Okay. Well, Ryan, listen, appreciate your time today, as always.
Yeah.
I hope you're keeping safe, you and your family. And when you've got more news regarding this, we could do another interview and you can kind of fill us in on the updates of what's been going on.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I think your platform would be great for us, KUGAN, as always. I mean, you've got the boxing world what watches your videos. That's what I've been doing for the last five weeks anyway. I've just been tuning into who you've been interviewing. I've been jumping on your live feeds and everything. It's great what you're doing. Everybody's in the same situation, and we need guys like you to keep giving us something to look forward to.
Ryan Rhodes, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV, and like I said, good luck with it, and we look forward to the release later on in the year.
Thanks, KUGAN. Everybody keep safe, keep indoors until we're allowed out.
Thank you very much.